Hi guys, another vlog for you, another video vlog. Monday morning, about 9 o'clock. Very warm here in southern Spain. Unfortunately I'm going on the motorway today, so I'm going to have to get kitted up with a jacket on and some gloves and obviously wear jeans and boots. But yeah, finally get around to take the big Suzuki for its MOT. It's about a week overdue, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. We'll cold starter. Anyway, I was going to get some gear on, get on the bike and try and get some footage of this process of putting it through the MOT and later. Okay guys, on the road heading down from the mountains to the nearest town to where I live before hitting the motorway. See what today brings and how eventful it's going to be. Just heading through town and then up out of town towards the motorway to the test station. Only a short hop along the motorway, maybe 20 minutes to the next town where the ITV station is located, so not too far to take vehicles to get them tested. Okay, so I'm pulling up to the ITV station on the right hand side, and as I pull in you'll see various vehicles. There's wagons, cars, small vans, small vehicles, every type of vehicle you can think of. And generally there's two lanes as you pull in. The left hand lane is usually for small vehicles, bikes and cars and small vans, and the right hand lane tends to be for larger vehicles, wagons, etc., as you can see here. Okay guys, this is where you sit cooking on astride your V-twin 1500 Cruiser air cooled, slowly getting cooked like a barbecued chicken. Stuck in the queue at the moment, normally 20 minutes, 25 minutes before you get into the building, and then it's a case of going through all the different sections in the conveyor system. Hola, buenas. Sí, en el campo de Coto. 17,45. Vale. ¿Tiene que meter el número 5? Ah, sí. ¿Cualquier fila o...? Esta que va, por la puerta 1. Ah, vale. Muy bien, mucho café. So in this section normally you pull your bike in and leave it running, and they do a decibel test and an emissions test. But the guy I've got, this young guy, seems to be totally perplexed with the big bike. Most bikes that go through are fairly small. So in a couple of minutes his partner comes over and helps him out and points a few things out to him. At this point he's actually checking the VIN number on the front of the bike, and his mate's on the way over. He's looking as if he's not totally sure what he's doing on this type of bike. and shortly you'll see his mate come over and start helping him out. Now at this point I've already been in this first bay probably a good 10-15 minutes, normally the time it takes you to go through the whole process. So you can see the guy scratching his head, and he's telling the other guy that it's not one of the normal bikes that we get in here. Bearing in mind this bike's been through this station over the last 10 years, so I'm sure I've seen the older guy before, and it's gone straight through, no problem. So the older guy at this point is telling the younger guy that it's a different type of bike, moto muy diferente, and they start this conversation about the headlights, indicators and everything on the bike that should have a European stamp. Bearing in mind that this is a European bike, it's been imported from the UK to Spain, and it was matriculated about 10 years ago. It's a basic thing with a motorbike. It's not like a left-hand or a right-hand drive car. A bike just doesn't need much altering at all. The headlamp on this particular bike is non-directional, and it's the actual aim of the headlights is altered with 2 screws. So at this point the older guy proceeds to check every single EU number on the bike, starting with the headlamp, the indicators, the exhausts, etc, etc, and he's actually holding in his hand the circulation documents with all the details of the bike, all the matriculation details, etc. Whether he's doing it to impress the younger guy or just to try and piss me off, I don't really know. But at this point, with the bits I've actually cut out this video, we're up to about 30 minutes and nothing's happened yet. No emission test and no decibel test. So at this point they're starting to do the decibel test. He's put in a RPM reader attached by magnet to the engine because there's no RPM dial on the bike, and he proceeds to rev the back arse off it, trying to ascertain the decibels. I should say at this point, in the past 10 years in this particular ITV station with this bike, I've been parked up in the car park at the other end and waiting for my certificate. Okay, next stage, after being in that part for about 35 minutes, drive forward over to another section. They haven't done an emissions test yet, they're going to do it at this next section, and do an headlamp indicator and brake lens test. So in this section now he's asking me to do the rear brake, foot brake, handbrake, rear indicators and rear light, and then he moves round to the front and asks me to turn the headlamps on and do high and low beam and the front indicators. Not actually my own, they were that thorough this ITV test, they never actually tested the horn on my bike. And onto the rolling road. First test is the front brake, followed by the rear brake. I will point out I've been at this station as well for about 20 minutes while they wandered around checking E numbers on different parts of the bike in the office. So I've been actually in the place now for about 45 minutes or more. Okay, they actually test the rear brake twice. I've changed all the fluids so they're working quite sharply, and he actually walks away, the older guy, looking quite shocked how well they do work. And believe it or not guys, that's the ITV. Emissions test, decibel test, indicators, brake lights, and the rolling road, and that's it. And the whole test normally takes about 5 minutes. I've actually been in the place about 45-50 minutes, and I'm going to drive forward now. They're going to take a photograph of the rear number plate, and I'm going to be asked to pull either in the car park, or they're going to make some more inquiries about different parts of the bike. At this point, Laurel and Hardy keep popping back and forwards into the office, and I'm at this parking spot for another good 20 minutes while they proceed to tell me that the headlamp lens is not EU rated. The original lens that came with the bike, it was from a UK dealer. It's been matriculated in Spain. It's got all the right numbers on. I did check, it has got an E number on it. And again, they start going through all the indicator numbers, the E numbers on the indicators, the exhaust number. In the end, a guy comes out of the office and I blow my top a bit, and they tell me to park outside. Okay, at this point I'm telling the guys that it's been here for the last 10 years. This guy, the older guy's probably tested it before now. It normally goes through without a problem. It's exactly the same as the Spanish version of the bike. There's no difference whatsoever. And he's again popped off into the office to double check on something. Okay, finally, after the joke of a Spanish MOT or ITV, nothing really tested on the bike. None of the bearings tested, the head, steering, nothing like that tested. Didn't even test the horn. Nobody looked at any of the nuts to see if they were tightened, etc. So nothing on a safety value tested on the bike. Like I said, it's just real basics, but a real run around this time, something I've never had in 10 years. Anyway, they failed the bike on the front tyre, sun damage on the tyre causing crazing, as they say, on the side wall. Stacks and stacks of tread on it. Tyre looks good for another 12,000 mile really. So at this point I'm off to a local tyre dealership to order a tyre, due to the fact that it's a really odd size. I'm probably going to have to come back in a few days and get it fitted. Okay guys, it turned out to be a painful day, paid for the MOT, and I've just been down to this place here to get a price for a tyre and a new tyre ordered. Coming back on Friday to get it fitted, so it's not going to get back in for a retest today, so Friday looks like getting it all sorted. Okay guys, about 1:30, not got a great deal done. Got the bike through its MOT test and failed on the front tyre. I'll talk about that later. I've got some bits for some work I've got to do tomorrow, and I'm just meeting my wife for lunch and then back home. So pretty much anything you do in Spain is pretty much a total day by the time you get out and about and try and get things done. So the beer's alcohol free guys, so don't worry on that score. Okay guys, back home. It's nearly 3 o'clock, so best part of the day gone. Okay guys, give me a thumbs up, give me a like. It's another bit of a balmy vlog on my exploits here in Spain and the red tape and things you have to go through, but give me a thumbs up if you like this, and subscribe, and I shall get some more videos out to you in the very near future. Thanks for watching.